Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the GSBC podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Taylor-Farrington from Purple Bunny Marketing, and today we are joined by the amazing Amanda Waschevski. Did I get that right? Not
No.
even close.
No, dude, break it down. Was
Chev
Ski.
Ski. Cool, perfect. We got there.
Waschevski.
Waschevski.
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
there's no in there.
I was just winging it, all right? I was
Nice.
going with it. Okay, perfect. And today we're going to talk about the amazing portrait work that you do, and I can speak from personal experience. I've had the Amanda experience, both for our business and through Greater Springfield Chamber. So I guess we'll kick it off. You ready?
Yep.
As ready as you'll always be?
just,
Okay.
Just let's go.
All right, Amanda. What inspired you to establish Waschevski Portraits?
So that's a good one. That's
You
a
said
very,
you said you were gonna throw me. I think I've thrown you. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. Just because it's video, I can't sit here and compose myself and think about it all. I'm just out there winging it.
Yes.
So, Waschevski Portraits.
Yes.
I think it's the final unmasking
Yeah.
of Amanda. I've had many iterations as a photographer.
Yes.
From when I started 10 years ago. Professionally, I've been existing for 6 years, and it's just was about time I leaned into my name.
Yes. Yes. Which people will now know how to pronounce now that we've broken it down.
It's gonna be fun.
Yes. I guess, and then your website showcases a beautiful mix of the legacy of your portraiture work, and then obviously the editorial photography. But explain to us what's your creative process when you're working with a new client or an individual.
Oh, that's a good question. Actually, it comes down to the individual
Yes.
and what they want. Some people really only want a 30-minute in and out headshot. I just want it done. Other people really want a deep dive and they want to tell their story.
Yes.
And I'm there for both.
Yes.
I think there's merit in both styles, so I just adapt to the person.
Yes. Yeah, very similar to me and Regan, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So obviously you're passionate about capturing stories that matter. How do you draw those stories out of somebody during a session?
Once again, it comes down to the individual. I've got a pretty strong bull radar.
Nick will bleep that, but yes.
You can believe that too.
And nose. And yes.
No, it does. It comes back to the individual once again.
Yes.
And I'm going to take my cues from them. I think at the end of the day, being a good photographer is just being a good person and making sure you've got a space for people to feel seen and heard.
Yeah.
We go as deep as you want or we skim the surface.
Yes.
Whatever.
I think it, speaking from personally having the experience, both times, I felt very comfortable. Like I didn't feel awkward doing it, apart from the turtling. But I felt... I felt more at ease doing the photography, I guess, and that was the difference. Like I've worked with several photographers throughout time, and I just felt more comfortable and at ease to just, I guess, be a bit of in front of the camera to get those moments, you know, that we now have that we can use for our business. So
yeah, well, that's exactly it. So photography is going to bring up all kinds of vulnerability in people.
Yes.
Sorry, that's my handbag.
This is going to be a great one, Nick.
Sorry, Nick. So, yes, photography brings up all kinds of vulnerabilities in people.
Yes.
And I'm just going to lean into that discomfort and help people look at it.
Yes.
And decipher what it actually means.
Yeah, agreed. And then maybe some people are aware, maybe they're not, but you've obviously recently partnered with Springfield Chamber. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you tell us about that collaboration and I guess what led you want to support the Springfield business community?
I just love the Springfield Chamber.
Yes.
Honestly.
So do I.
Yeah. I mean, they're nice people.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Yes.
Is just nice people.
It's a good bunch that just like to actually network and connect.
Yeah. I love their focus on small business.
Yes.
I love how helpful they are, and I love that when I deal with the chamber, I feel like I'm dealing with a person, not a faceless corporation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. And so as part of that partnership, you're providing the opportunity for someone to win a portrait session. Is that correct with you?
Yep, a 30-minute headshot.
Yeah, perfect. So you have to make sure that you come along to a chamber event in order to win that lucky door prize and have that opportunity. Yeah.
Hell yeah, you do.
You get the Amanda experience.
Yes, stop it.
All right. So you also offer brand identity photography. How do you help business owners align their visuals with their brand message?
So when we're talking about brands, excuse me, most brands will come to me with a completed brief already.
Yes.
So they already know the colour palette, they know the message, and I love to work with a complete brief.
Yes.
For individuals that come to me, that's a little bit different. I have a whole bunch of bravado, but behind that, I am actually particularly systems driven.
Yes.
And I work very closely with my clients to make sure that I'm delivering their message, not mine.
Yeah, definitely. And you did that perfectly for the PBM team.
You guys are so cute.
All right. So portrait photography. Obviously, we've talked about it a little bit and we've said that, it can be a vulnerable experience for people. Mm-hmm. I guess, how do you actually make someone feel confident in front of the camera?
That is such a good question. Again, it comes back to individuality. I'm a bit empathic.
Yes.
So I'm just going to read somebody's cues.
Yeah.
If they are detail driven, I'm going to talk to them about the details of a portrait.
Yes.
Show them as we go.
Yes.
What their portraits actually look like. Excuse me. And adjust the course of the shoot from there.
Yes.
But there's no surprises. By the time we've hit the portrait shoot, you already know what's going down. Most of the time you've met me, we've had a good chat. There's no stranger danger.
Yes. Yeah, and I must admit, through the process that we went through with you, we'd spoken to you a couple of times before we actually got into the studio to make sure that we were all aligned with what we were doing. And I didn't even realise you'd got the shot until afterwards, and then I was like, you really? And then we looked back and looked at the shots and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you do. You captured it perfectly. So it was a surprise to me. The process was very smooth, very easy. And I guess from a business perspective, it was just the team were able to walk through, get their shots, move on with their day, do their thing. It just made it seamless, I guess, for us.
I sure hope so. I like it to feel like a conversation with a camera present.
Yes. And it did feel like that. With a bit of laughs and fun and,
Bit of swearing.
A bit of swearing, bit of weird shots. Yeah. All right. So what's a particularly meaningful or, I guess, unforgettable session that has stuck with you over the years?
Yeah, that's a good one. And funnily enough, it is not the fun ones. It's the work I do around the other end of the scale. From the moment I've started photography, I've always said photographs are what we hold on to when we can't hold on in person.
Yes.
So I've been a volunteer photographer for the Heartfelt Association for the past 7 years. Heartfelt are just a wonderful group of people that I'm very grateful to be a part of, that visit hospitals and photograph parents going through tragedy.
Yep.
By donating my time to that association, I've just become a better photographer.
Yes.
And over the years, I've had the privilege of being the final portrait photographer for a number of people.
Yes.
And I think my most significant work is the stuff that will never see the light of day, the stuff I don't usually speak about, because there's something, I don't even have the correct wording, there's something mesmerising about being in the presence of someone who knows that their time is coming to an end soon.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, yeah. That's what sticks with me.
Yes.
And that's what keeps driving me,
Yes.
that's the power of portraits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wow, just took that vibe down a bit.
Well, we go where it goes, right?
That's right, we do.
All right. So, what is on the horizon for Waschevski?
Just
No.
Waschevski, dude. It's just Waschevski.
I'm struggling with that one.
Just call me Amanda. It's okay.
Amanda's
Amanda,
Portraits.
that photographer
Maybe you
in
should
Ipswich.
change the name. Amanda's
No,
Portraits.
I'm done.
And is there any upcoming projects or ideas that you're excited to explore?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Yes, there is. I'm about to start work on a personal project.
Yep.
The Common Thread.
Okay.
So it is deeply personal, and it's an exploration of the shared experience of womanhood.
Okay.
So I want to photograph 100 women between the ages of 1 and 100.
Yes.
Crikey, if I could get over 100, that'd be awesome.
Yes.
But historically, women have been painted and photographed mostly by men.
Yes.
And personally, I only find artwork of women interesting when it's been painted by other women. And for this experience and what's happening in the world today, I wanted to explore beautiful feminine poses with the juxtaposition of an expression that doesn't match.
Okay.
So asking the question, what would your portrait look like if you weren't afraid of offending anyone?
Yes.
There are some angry women out there, and I am here for it.
Yes. And hey, let it out. Let it out.
Yeah. So it's huge.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah, well, that sounds like that's going to be a bit of a big project, project. I'll get the right word out in a minute. That's 100 women that
Yeah.
you've got to go take through that process.
Yeah, that's just the beginning. I think this is my life's work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any that you've already done that you can utilise as part of the process?
Yes.
Okay, well, that makes it a bit easier, I suppose.
Yes. Yes.
Fair enough. All right, well, thank you for coming in and having a chat to us. I'm not even going to try and butcher the name again. I'll let it go.
Thank you for
to
having me.
Amanda.
Thank you, Matthew.
And thank you for tuning in to the latest episode of the GSBC podcast, a business podcast for the Greater Springfield Chamber. And thank you for tuning in and watching.